Hey guys, good morning. How are you? How's your week been? Hopefully everything is picking up okay. If you guys notice any issues with audio, please let me know. This is my first time using Streamlabs OBS instead of regular OBS, so we'll see how it goes. So we're doing some comic inking and penciling today. I'll probably go for about 2 hours, and if you guys want to hang out in the chat, you're welcome to. We're listening to Nightingale Lo-Fi. And I put the link for their SoundCloud in the description below, so you can go check that out. Please let me know if you have any questions about comic making or Clip Studio Paint, digital art. I'm happy to answer any questions. Okay, cool. It looks like we're all set up to go. I'm gonna just go ahead and start inking this. We'll kind of go through the process on what's going on with this panel. It's just kind of like an internal shot, so we're just kind of doing some, like a full page of establishing shots, kind of. I started inking this piece a couple of days ago, and I zoomed in too far, so all the lines were too fine. You couldn't even tell what was going on. Super annoying. So we're gonna try not to do that this time. Hopefully that will work a little better. I kind of wanted this little end table thing to be kind of ornate, but I don't know, we might have to sacrifice some of the detail to like make it read better. My hands are a little shaky this morning. That's gonna be annoying for all these straight lines. You do not want to be doing perspective with shaky coffee hands. So comics is a super recent project of mine. Like, this is the first one that I've done. There's a series of videos that I'm doing on the YouTube channel about my first like comic experience and like how I got started. So if you guys are interested in making your own comic, that's gonna be a pretty good resource, I think. Let's go ahead and check. Okay, that's still looking okay. I really was like trying to avoid zooming in at all, but I kind of need to be able to like, get to these little tiny details. You know, I might just like do that as a line instead of trying to. Kind of a weird process because it's a bunch of tiny little pieces of art that aren't super, it's like super unpicky. So they don't have to be super perfect, but you want them to be at least decent. I don't know. I'm learning a ton about just kind of accepting tiny little flaws with comics. A lot of my illustration work, I'll stop and like fuss with things for a really long time. Stops and fusses with this curlicue. Also, the first time around went really, really ornate on these table legs, and that just kind of wasn't necessary. You're hardly even gonna see them. It's like an establishing shot. I don't know why I'm spending an eternity. Oh, that's gonna fill the whole thing. Why is that gonna fill the whole thing? Little spider web was like left over from the last from the last inking attempt at this. This is probably why I should name my layers so I don't like forget what's on the layer and start inking a bunch of other stuff on top of it. I'll label the layers when I'm dead. I hate doing that. I really only do that for like client projects. When I know there's a chance I might have to come back and like redo things or change colors and stuff like that. think that's looking a lot better than the first version. I'm pleased with that. That looks nice. Let's work on this little bookshelf over here. Give this like kind of a little claw foot. Oh, there's something about that particular angle that is just not working for me. There we go. It took like actually switching to Clip Studio for me to realize that you can rotate things. Like you could do that in Photoshop and Paint Tool side, but it wasn't as available. Like it was like super, like you had to switch tools. It wasn't just like a little button over here. There's our Maine Coon, screaming about things. She was asleep when I started. Hello! Hello, welcome! Come here. Cutie. Devin! Yes, I am on YouTube today. Twitch has been feeling a little crusty to me lately. With the bots and the hack and the just consistent decline of art channels, I haven't been really feeling that. Twitch kind of lost a little confidence for me. Yeah, it's feeling a little twitchy. I'm not loving the vibe. I'm not deleting it. I'm not gonna stop streaming on it. I just, maybe not so often, you know? I was kind of uncomfortable with how weird it got over there with all of the hotspots, and they seemingly did nothing. That makes me feel icky. Yeah. 2 months new to Twitch, so you don't have a lot to compare with it. Fair. Very fair. I have only been streaming for about a year, so I'm just kind of shopping around a little bit just to see if maybe if we already have a YouTube channel and I'm already trying to grow the YouTube channel, maybe the best choice would be to spend some time over here doing some live streaming on a platform that isn't quite so oblivious to its user base. I'm not gonna say it isn't oblivious a little bit, but that's okay. How is your morning going, Devin? How are you? Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sometimes I get real scared that if I switch up even one thing, everybody will just be like, no, not here for that. Sure, that's not the case, but that is what the brain chemicals have convinced me. Should really stop believing them when they tell me dumb things like that, huh? That's very fair. You're not here for the platform, you're here for the artists. Okay, cool. I felt like this would be a little more accessible because you can view these streams without really having. I mean, I'm sure you have to like log in to comment and chat, but I think you can just kind of click the link and drop it on the stream. So I was kind of thinking like maybe a little more exposure that way, and I think YouTube has a much better discoverability for anyone posting videos than Twitch does. Thoughts aren't facts. That's fair. Yeah, thoughts are not facts. Listening to thoughts as facts is one of like the very bad habits that I have. Discoverability is trash on Twitch. It's non-existent. There's nothing there. And we looked up the stats over the weekend and it was like art streaming, viewership of art streaming has dropped like 20% or something, and I was like, all right. Let's experiment with some other options, maybe. That ain't it. I did it again. I keep filling these without like closing the top bar because I just assume that the panel is gonna close it for me. It's very much not going to do that thing. The panel does not do that. Now, I'm sure there's a way to set it up so that it will. The comic is going good. Yeah, I think you can set it up to like paint bucket just all the layers or layers by reference, I think. Guess who's too lazy to figure that out right now? This ghoul. It's me. Okay, this panel's almost done. Nice. I think I messed up the shadow a little bit though. I think it needs to come up over the top based on what the walls are doing. No one will ever be looking close enough to notice that, but I'll just fix it just for practical application's sake. For practice. Tell me you know how to use reference layers. I do know how to use reference layers. It's Clip's most powerful feature. Yeah, for real. I use it a lot with the select and fill coloring tool that I use a ton. So I do know how to use reference layers, and I do know how to use like color layers too. It's stuff I just haven't spent time to build into my workflow yet. I probably should. I just haven't. I haven't up to this point. Also, in theory, all of this line art could be like a vector layer. Seems a little crazy to me though. Seems a little OP for what we're looking for. You're gonna look up the crazy lasso fill tools? Yeah, I did. Yep. Instead of drawing last night, you went to bed a little early. You know, that's very fair. Very valid. The going to bed early is sometimes the best choice you can make. I'm old and cranky, I earned it. Yeah. Same. That's exactly how I feel about going to bed early. I feel like that's actually one of the only good things about being old and cranky. Occasional early bedtime. I think we're gonna call that good enough. Nah, I don't think that needs that. Maybe like a little bit of... Yeah, that looks better. Just like a little texture. Oh, the front of this one looks kind of like flat. Actually, I think I have a circle brush that we can use to do that. Yep, there we go. Like a little smaller though. Cool. Did you make that lace pattern brush yourself? I did not. It is something I found in the clip store for free. And I think it was like hand-drawn lace. I wish they had... Let me look at my like downloaded materials real quick. It was like a whole pack. It was all of these together, and it was just kind of like a hand-drawn lace pack. I bet if you searched that in the clip store, you'd be able to find them. They're really cool, though. feel like they're gonna do a lot in this, like, Victorian haunted mansion that we're building here. They're gonna give us a lot of mileage. This pencil line one is one that I like adapted from another liner brush so that it would kind of match this like pencil, so it would look a little less like jarring in my sketches when there was a straight line. I was looking up easy peel to mask wallpaper this morning because your apartment isn't creepy crumbly mansion enough. Nice. That's gonna be cool. I do love a damask wallpaper. I'm also extremely lazy though. So my house is pretty much just like the white walls that came with it. We've only hung up the essentials, which happen to be like a couple of decorations and a TV. The rest of it I just get little command hooks for, or masking tape. I'm lazy too. Yeah. I feel like it would be really pretty though. You were super inspired by the Satanic Temple when you went? Nice. I have heard it is beautiful. They do have just like a vibe. do love that like dark, creepy, gothic feel. It's a lot of like maintenance though, I feel like, you know, to keep everything kind of like in that aesthetic. It's stupid amounts of gorgeous in there. I was taking photos of just the wallpaper. Fair. Very valid. I feel like my house just kind of goes for more of a like modern goth kind of like, but with a lot of tech, because our house is just basically covered in tech. I have a big like witchy print of the vegetables that are in season, the fruits and vegetables that are in season, kind of like by our kitchen. And then right next to that is like the 3D printer and its accompanying server. And then we've got like a huge like gaming station in the living room. But there's like a little print of like the Plague Doctor painting that I did. And like there's like spooky lights and a little like ceramic black like Halloween tree that lights up. It's like cute. It's cute and it's Halloween, but it's also like pretty techy. I don't know, I think I might have to like make up my own aesthetic name for that, like digital goth. Gothic digital. I feel like cyber goth doesn't quite work because I'm missing a few of the like key aesthetic points of that. I feel like the stairs are probably good enough. I think we're just gonna ink those as we do them. I feel like we need to add a few more like... Digigoth sounds like one of those LCD pocket pets. like a Tamagotchi. But it's just like a cranky little goth girl. Who just needs another cup of coffee. I had a digipet that was a koala, like a little pink koala digipet. It was an Tamagotchi. I didn't ever play Tamagotchi, but that sounds amazing. I'll have to look that up because that sounds so cute. Instead of food or water, I think the controls were give drugs, hit, keep awake. Oh no. Poor Tamagotchi. I made a sticker over Halloween that I haven't listed yet, but it's a, I'm calling them creepagotchis. Let's see if I can find one to show you really quick. I think it's just in vinyl, my vinyl sticker collection. So it just looks like this. Little creepagotchi. He's just like a little bat. I know, right? I love him. I haven't listed them yet though, because I just have not been feeling like taking product photos right now. A+ would play. Same, right? I would absolutely play creepagotchi. My plan was to make like more of them, but then my Halloween stuff just kind of like ran out of steam. I was also working on some like adorable hostess treats, like Halloween treats stickers, and I just kind of like put those in a folder like maybe next year. Like the little like bat brownies they have and the pumpkin brownies. I'm sure you can make the creepagotchi into a Flash style game. With my infinite spare time. That's fair. I feel like it would be super cute though. I would love to have a little like digipet bat. I think that would really improve my like quality of life actually. Like, oh no, I gotta get up and feed my bat, otherwise it'll die. They didn't realize in the 90s when they were making kids' toys that they were actually making like like get up and be alive aids for depressed people. I would also like some kind of creepy digital art pet. Or creepy digital pet. Like a tiny pixelated jumping spider? That would be cute! I also think like a little beetle, a death's head moth, or like a Luna moth would be really cute. My nephew has this super adorable plastic plague rat that he loves. That's just like, it's one of those like Halloween rats that you get at the store when all the Halloween crap is out. And he got just like obsessed with this like squeaky plague rat. I think think also that would make a very good, like a little raven, and you could feed it eyeballs. That sounds adorable. What? And if you give it like little crackers and stuff, it goes and finds you like little shiny toys. I actually would probably just watch an animation of that with like lo-fi music while I like worked or studied or whatever. Like a study app that every hour you study, it gives the little crow a treat. Isn't the squeaky plague rat the funniest thing you've ever heard? And my sister buys him so many cute like cat toys, and like he has like every cute adorable toy he could possibly want, and he is just like, no, I want this squeaky plague rat. I'm like, that tracks. That's perfect. We love to see it. Yes, you definitely do. Also, my level of animation, spoilers, not that high. Not that unachievable. I mostly just farted around until I found something that like semi-worked. And then I've been kind of slowly making improvements from there. It's another one of those like teach yourself how to do it things though. The information exists. That's one of my in-progress YouTube videos, shameless plug, which I think we've worked on Twitch a couple times when you've been around, but someday soon, there will be a video on this channel, this very channel, that can teach you how to do animation better in Clip Studio. Still higher than mine. That's fair. That's fair. A couple of 2-frame things. And 1 motion tween. Okay, so I've done no motion tweens. But I've done a crap ton of, like, looping animations. Like, long ones and teeny tiny short ones for, like, Instagram stickers. So you draw, animate, and knit. Is there anything else? Is there anything you don't do? I am terrible at coding. The tiny amount of coding that I have done on the computer is all Excel VBA. And I don't remember any of it. I used all of the hard drive space for other stuff. I don't know. I do a ton of shit. I love to switch it up. Baking, cooking, .3D printing, 3D modeling. I figured out last year in December how to make my own series of ball jointed dolls. I hate coding. Yeah. Coding is not the best. I'm not great at it. Brando is amazing at it. He's also out of practice, though. You should see the stack of weird hobby boxes that I have. So we got these bins from IKEA because I couldn't keep all of my stuff sorted. Like they were just in like cardboard boxes and it was really annoying. So we got these clear boxes from IKEA to sort all of my like hobby stuff. There's like model paints and regular acrylic paints and watercolors and Copic markers, jewelry making supplies, leather crafting supplies. There's a ton of crap. I have so many weird forgotten hobbies. But like every once in a while I'll need something from one of those boxes and it's super convenient to just be like, oh, I already have all this stuff for leather crafting. I don't need to go buy anything. It's just in this box. Hi, Nathan. Yep, we're streaming to YouTube today. It's not forever. We're not giving up on Twitch, but we're just not doing Twitch today. I like that cat box. That's adorable. Yeah, we're gonna have to... YouTube is gonna require a little bit of a grind to get our emotes over here, but I'm definitely working on it. It's a little bit like longer term of a project, and that's totally fine. Trying to figure out why you were not there. Yeah, sorry. I tried to like put links in the Instagram and Twitter posts so that people know where to go. That doesn't always work though. I did the same thing. Sorry, guys. Yeah. We did a little switcheroo today. We're detectives. Yes. Yes, you are. I was explaining to Devin, I just have been feeling a little sketchy about Twitch recently. With the hack, with the the bots that were taking over with the like weird sudden drop in art channel watchers. I don't know if they know what's going on over there. I think they need to get their shit together. So this is me out here making sure there's other options. Keeping us on our toes. Yeah, I want to make sure that that we have a place to go if that situation decides to implode. Yeah, I think so too. Plus, YouTube has like actual discoverability. So if I keep working at it and doing live streams and shorts and putting out videos, there's a much better chance that more people can come and find me on YouTube than there is on Twitch. Plus, I do like that you can schedule them ahead of time, that's very nice. Plus, it goes automatically to the YouTube channel, so if you miss it, you literally can just go to the YouTube channel and watch the VOD later, and it doesn't delete it. Like, there's no, like, 2 weeks only. It's just here forever. Not a perfect solution. We're just weighing our options. I will say the audio is a little weird over here on YouTube. It sounds like the bass is super driven over here. I had to turn my subwoofer off entirely. Oh no. That might be me. That might be something to do with my audio. I didn't want to nuke OBS entirely so that we can still stream on Twitch, and it's like super easy to set up. So I am on Streamlabs here. So like I'll do some test streaming when Brando gets home and just make sure that our audio is fixed. So that will not be a problem for you next time. I legit think it's probably just the broadcasting software though. I did my very damnedest hardest on the settings. I am no audio engineer though. Gotta wait for our in-house specialist to get home. I'm not worried about it. Okay. Nathan, does it sound okay to you? How's our audio? Man, these railings are giving me kind of a fit. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll take a look at it and just make sure that we're doing everything we can for the settings and should be good. Kind of wanted some like weird cracks in these like baseboards. Not sure how to do that without it looking like stripes. Something like that. That looks okay. How are you guys doing this week? Have you been up to anything cool? I've been playing a bunch of Animal Crossing. Like so much Animal Crossing. Other way so I can hit that angle without struggling. Doing good, mainly working and watching too much stuff. Fair. But I have been messing around with a couple of games on VR. Which games? My week is trash. Well, I'm happy to be a moment of reprieve in your week. I went to the dentist yesterday, so I understand trash week. They told me I have 3 fillings and I have to get a crown replaced. That was not what I wanted to hear. But I am sorry that you are also having a trash week. I mostly don't hate the dentist. Last time I went, though, they had to do 12 fillings. Oh no, in 2 different sessions it was unpleasant. Yeah. Yeesh. My most was 11. That is, it's not a good vibe. Real VR fishing. That sounds fun. Song in the Smoke is a survival game in VR. I am trash at survival games, but it still sounds really fun. Real VR fishing? Like, okay, I used to think that like I wasn't gonna like fishing games, but Animal Crossing's like fishing is kind of fascinating. And like the amount of time that I have spent collecting fake fish in that game is alarming, to say the least. I have dental insurance now for the first time. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, haven't been in a while because dental insurance has been kind of a spotty thing. And it's expensive. But yeah. When you have it, it's nice to utilize it, especially for like the stuff like cleanings. When they like actually pay for preventative care, which is great. The visual style first song in the smoke is actually really cool. What? I want to see. I gotta do a lookup. Oh, it's way cool. It's kind of like watercolory. At least the game, the title art is. The in-game looks like a little weirder, but it's still really pretty. Dang, that looks way fun. The glowy pup, right? Oh, glowy pupilless eyes. I thought it was a puppy. And I was gonna be like, puppy? Where's the puppy? Yeah, the pupilless glowing like lion eyes are super creepy. Very Mike Mignola, right? That's what I was thinking. Looks like a Hellboy villain. Mike Mignola put this really dope like haunted castle piece that he finished on his Instagram the other day. And I was kind of dying because it was so good. But like he'd done it in ink or watercolor or something, so that it had like his like big dark black areas had like a wash feel to them. It was mind-blowing. Looks like there's a 3-headed raven with a witch face too. Hello? No problem. You do you. You do what you gotta do. Yeah, the game looks tight. Did I actually do... I did do a bead on that. I will fill that in with the G-pen. I'm not interested in trying to... the comic inker, I mean. Like, kind of trying to make these match, but not really. If I was smart about this, I would have waited to fill in that that corner shadow so that I could just copy this over, but I wasn't smart about it. I was stupid about it. That's okay too. Do be like that sometimes. This Nightingale Lo-Fi channel is so relaxing. This was a Brando recommendation. Do you have reference up for what you're designing for these ornate decorated picture frames and candlesticks and stuff? I don't. I am doing the patented throw spaghetti at the wall and see if it sticks method. So I basically, in my visual arsenal, I have kind of like one of these, and something like this, and something like this, and then I've got something kind of like that that has like stuff in the middle. And I'm just kind of mix and matching that as as I see it. Stuff like this where it just kind of basically needs an atmosphere to it. You're not... The amount of time you're gonna spend on this page is like... I think somebody told me comic pages, it was like 3 seconds per page. And it's like shorter if there's no dialogue. So what you need to register with your brain on this is, oh, I see detail, and then like we're moving on. Like there is an area of detail here. So I don't really need it to be, I don't need it to be super precise and super like historically accurate. I just need it to register in your brain that like we're looking at something kind of ornate that's a little like Victorian-y feeling. Oh crap. Here we go. I always do that, open separate layers for like demos and stuff. Just like and then I can't figure out why it won't fill. Why won't you fill? User error. It was user error. Now, if I was designing like a hero shot, like a really big, page or 2-page splash, and there was something that I specifically wanted to feel like it was like a real world object, I would definitely go look up reference for that. Especially if it was in any way like a specific reference to something. So I'm using these little visual cues. Like the little like chain of circles and stuff like that. Kind of the way that Adam Savage describes greeblies, which are the little like kit bashy bits from model kits that you use to make miniatures and models and stuff like that. And people will like buy a kit of like Star Wars speeder and like add them to like a custom like spacecraft and stuff like that. Apparently they do that a ton in actual like cinema model making. They use like existing extruded plastic kits to make like stuff like the Star Wars models, or like the big wide like spaceship shots. Yeah, so it's kind of like a similar concept. I just have collected this weird kind of random little collection of like, I made brushes actually for a couple of them. So I've got like, this is like my go-to like shingles. That's what shingles kind of look like in my visual library. This is like either Victorian fencing, or it can be like wrought iron like edge work and stuff like that. Like if you go the other direction, it goes upside down, and it can like hang on stuff. Like we could put it like up here, or it could go like along this banister maybe. Biggest claim to fame is I did 6 pages for a coloring book that Adam Savage wrote an introduction for. Wow, your names were close together in the credits? Amazing! Stunning! I love it. Here's a little like stonework one. Here's our little like string of circles. Pumpkins, I use these pumpkins a lot. Stitches. I actually ended up making a material for some bats. Let's see if I can find them. I think it was monochromatic, yeah. So there's like this material of just like bats. But I could kind of like bring these in. And like select these 2 areas and do mask outside selection, so we could have just like some bat walls. Honestly, that's pretty cute. I'm not gonna lie. Please make those bats an actual wallpaper, right? Spoonflower. Doesn't Spoonflower do wallpapers? I know they do like fabric. I can't remember if they do like actual wallpapers though. They're pretty good though, right? This like floral. Oh, it's like on the wrong thing. There's a floral pattern that I use for like specific pieces of clothing, and then there's like these little mushrooms. They're mostly just like little stamping brushes. They sure do. An interesting thought, to be sure. I have not set up a Spoonflower yet because I was like, I don't know if I am ready to make like fabric prints, fabric patterns. So I'm looking to avoid a weird clash of like straight lines and my kind of like wobbly hand-drawn elements by using the perspective tools on the sketch, and then I'm just lining them pretty carefully but not perfectly when I come through and do the inks. I do that a lot with shapes in my work that I want to fit in with kind of like they look like they were drawn in my hand. So I'll do a ruler or a shape tool thing. A shape tool object in the sketch phase, and then I will not use the tool in the inking phase, and I will just do it by hand. It's gonna look a little janky, but it's gonna look like it fits with everything else. And that's the object of the game. I actually feel like I don't want that there. I do the same thing with tool drawn stuff. Yeah. I feel like it works better. I'm not really a fan of like the mechanical look unless I'm specifically going for something super, super polished, which I very, very rarely am. I kind of feel like we maybe need to fill that whole top section in. Like I'll use the symmetry tool on the sketch, but I'll ink both sides individually. Yeah, same. I'll just do the whole thing in Illustrator. Nice. Makes sense. Yeah, I kind of almost don't ever want anything to be that polished. Most of the time seeing my work in a form that is that polished kind of gives me like weird vibes about it. Like I end up feeling like it doesn't look like me anymore. Yeah, humanize, that's an interesting word in relation to that. I don't know, I just have realized like kind of over time, the things that I respond to in other artists' work are the wobbly lines. The little wobbly bits. When things look like they were hand-drawn. Like it's yours, but it was made by like a pod you. Yeah, it does. It does have Uncanny Valley feels, for sure. It's polished, but it's organic. Yeah, exactly. One of my favorite illustrators, Rebecca Green. I just recently rediscovered her work, but like it's like this piece. It has these little scribbly bits and these little like printing offsets and like a lot of things that you can see that like a human hand made that. Even when she works in a digital medium, it's still green. Like the color. Also, just because this is amazing also, and I love mushrooms so much, that link is an incredible piece also. Alright, we are shortly coming up at the end of this page, and we will need to decide, are we really doing the bat walls? Are we keeping the bat walls, or are they going away? I was actually pretty pleasantly surprised myself. Those bat walls are actually like kind of awesome. Not gonna lie. They're real cute. Have you read any Courtney Crumrin? Any? Oh, I haven't. Also makes super. He's also super good at making spooky ass gothic interiors. That sounds incredible. Oh, this is cute. Is this a graphic novel? Dang. I like this art style a lot. Their faces are like weirdly simplistic for like the rest of the art style. And it should feel weird, but it doesn't. Like some of these covers are kind of incredible. Wow. Did you actually buy the like paper copies of these, or are you reading them? Are you reading them on like Comixology or something? Where to get? Those look great. I'm gonna leave that tab open for future me. Series of graphic novels. Those look incredible. They're aimed a little more YA, but I still feel... Yeah, you still fell in love with them? Yeah. Fair. They look really cool. I'm excited to check those out. You know I'm into anything that's like even vaguely spooky Nancy Drew vibes. Those look like little like mystery stories. But like a little more paranormal maybe? I actually have all of the odd numbered ones in paper and the even one. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you only buy the evens on Comixology? Yeah, it feels like a very similar, like, oeuvre. I feel like there's only so many words for aesthetic and vibe. Wheelhouse. Genus. Seems like we're maybe in the same genus of comic making artists. The same species of ghoul. It wasn't on purpose. Oh, okay. That's fair. That's weird. There's something they need to patch out of the simulation there. That ended up being randomly evens and odds. It's alarming. A new GPU, nice. Did it arrive today, or did you just get it shipped? It was really strange how it worked out that way. So I think we decided we're going to replace our 3D printer. We have a Creality Ender 3 right now. It has been broken for over a year. I did some like mad overnight prints for a Halloween costume last year, and I fucked it up pretty bad. So it hasn't been working. And we decided on getting one that's like a little less of a project car. Because this one is just, you know, this is like the DIYer special. Buy it for 200 bucks and kit it out with a bunch of like extra parts. You ordered it, it will be here next Friday. Nice. Should be a decent bump. Yeah, I would say so. Just kept checking Best Buy. Nice. That is lucky. Yeah, it's time. It's time to replace it. Plus, I've been thinking about like toy making recently. You know, as you do, sometimes you just start thinking about toy making again. But I think we're gonna get one that's a little less of a DIY special, that has a company that actually does like continued firmware patches and stuff, so that we can have it for a long time and have it work kind of straight out of the box. We're not even buying the kit one. We're buying like a pre-assembled, comes in 3 parts and you basically just screw the 3 parts together. I don't remember what I'm on right now. I am on a NVIDIA GTX 1070 is the graphics card. And then the CPU is a Intel Core i7 10700F. It's enough to get by. So we're good. I think about toy making all the time. Do you? It's a fun thing. It's a fun thing to think about, isn't it? It's nice. It's a very comfortable, wear pattern in my brain. The toy making. I accept random toy donations. Do you? I'll keep that in mind. Hoping the new one will help get a decent amount of... Oh yeah, for your VR headset. PC VR is like pretty dependent on that. Like entirely. Like pretty dependent, I mean entirely. You've never made your own. Someone did this beautiful custom bell from Fright Night. Oh, nice. I want to see it. Is it in your stories right now? The bat walls, I'm not gonna lie, feel kind of out of place. I need to use those somewhere else though, because they're really cute. Look at this thing! Post it. Post that link. Alternate head with fangs and everything? What the heck? That sounds awesome. It doesn't look like the link went through, Devin. Can you Discord it to me and I'll post it? I wonder if there's like something like AutoMod for YouTube that I was not aware of. Womp womp. We learn as we go, right? Otherwise, there's no fun in anything. Yeah, just either put it in miscellaneous or put it in the, or you can like DM it to me on Discord and I'll post it in here. Because I know I can post links. Sweet. Oh, that's really cool. I like the alternate head that like does a vampire. That's cool. The hair is great. Such a cool toy. I really love toys. I'm kind of obsessed with the not the Pop Funkos, the Funko Dorbs that are like the little round cute painted ones. I have a couple of those. I have a Jack the Pumpkin King and a Skeletor. YouTube is sending me a your stream isn't very good quality. Like, bro. Rude. The Funko keychains? Yeah. Your desk is full of Skeletor action figures? Oh my god. We have the same toy taste. See if that makes YouTube a little happier. I don't know. what to tell you, YouTube. I'm sorry. Alright, well, that's a for later problem, right? Wally and Baby Yoda, cute. Adorable. I keep trying to puzzle out how to make like a very good spiderweb brush. But every time I come up with something, I'm like, you know, it's for it to have any variety, I'll just have to keep drawing more and more stamping tips for it, and like that's not sustainable. Guess I'm just drawing them by hand. Nothing wrong with that, right? Oh, that looks awesome. Okay, and we save. Never do today what you can put off indefinitely. Fair. Okay, page 2. The spiders have to build them strand by strand, so I guess you do too. Hot takes. Real hot takes. That whole page is ready for color. I am so hyped. First page. You're doing grayscale with a single spot of color, right? Kind of. I don't know. It's kind of a wait and see. I was gonna do grayscale, and I was gonna do like flat fills, basically. And then I kind of started playing with it, and it just looked kind of flat. I think what I'm gonna do is something like this. We have to wait for it to load. It's coming from the net drive. Why are you so slow? There we go. So something like this. Basically what it is a flat fill using the select and fill tool. A big airbrush that just kind of goes like to highlight like a little bit of color gradient on a multiply layer, and then just shadowing, like flat shadowing, cell shading. And then like I'm gonna go through and do some little like highlight bits, but that should be it. So yes, it's adjusted grayscale. I'm using this color palette for the actual comic, and then these are my sketch colors. So it's kind of like an adjusted grayscale on the warmer side. And then it's gonna have these little like green options, and then this is the shadow color that's kind of like pumpkin-y. But yeah, I was gonna do just straight up like flats, and it looked so boring and stupid. Should have kept to that, because like it's gonna take forever to do the lighting method that I want to do, but I think it'll look better in the long run. I think it will be worth it. You're insane. I love it. But you're absolutely a machine. Yeah, I know. It's a dumb choice for sure. I will be complaining about it later. You can absolutely set your clock by the fact that I will be complaining about it later. That's gonna be one of those things I can already tell that's just kind of like, why did I do this to myself? It's a vibe. Trying to think through how banister is attached to walls. I think they just attach in the middle. Like, I think this will just cut off right there. Yeah, that seems right. When it's done, it's going to be amazing. But you're gonna need a year-long vacation. Probably. So, like, I don't know, let's just test it just really quick, right? Just one little panel. Because I don't think it's actually going to take me that long. So we set like all of the line layers to reference. And then we do this. So like it's the actual coloring methodology isn't gonna take that long. I'm just doing this up like kind of rough. We're not really worried about it right now. When I actually color these, I'm going to separate the colors into separate layers so that we can get that like good like clean lines. I was like, where did my airbrush go? Sucker went away. I think I was actually using a big distressing, like a shader brush. So I'm basically just gonna do this just to get like a little color change in there. And then I'm gonna come back in and just do something like this. And then we'll like come back in on top and add like highlights to things. So like, I don't actually think it's gonna take that long. We kind of need to come up with something that's green in this one. So we might do like the windows. That's a little bright though. Yeah, so I don't think it'll take that long. But that's kind of like what it's gonna look like. That was actually really quick. I'm actually impressed. I want this to be like a spiral rug. That actually is not, that's not in perspective. Let's adjust. Yeah, that feels better. So I'm doing the X's to indicate areas that I want to do like a full fill. So I need to switch up the color of this room back here because that will basically just make an entirely black wall, and I want this to be kind of like lighter so that it draws your eye. I feel like we need some kind of a light right here. This is where I am gonna look up some reference because I kind of want like a Victorian gas lamp looking. Kind of thing. I ended up making an entirely new board in my Millinote that I use for reference for just the comic stuff, so it's like separate, which was a really, really good move. It's making things a lot easier because I can kind of keep my like other projects on the side and not have to fight around like a giant pile of comic reference. Unintentional keyboard ASMR. I do love this keyboard though. Oh no, not keyboard sounds. I think I subsequently blocked those out. Your keyboard at work is hella clacky. I love a clacky keyboard. Clacky keyboards are like my favorite thing. I'm excited to draw this window. It's gonna be so fun. This was one of the first things I came up with for this comic. Was I knew I wanted Vesper's bedroom to have an eyeball window. The window seems like it would come out straight out of like a like a 1970s. Yeah, for real. I just found out on the East Coast and it's insane how many gas lanterns there still are functioning. Wow, they still have them? That's dope. love gas lanterns. They're such a cool, like, such a cool piece of, like, Victorian aesthetic. Okay, the bottles are probably good enough. This, like, blanket that's right here, we could probably use some work on. Shadow here. All over the place. There's a place in Maryland that was for sale that I visited last year called the Gaslight House. Wow. That's so cool. It has a huge gas lantern out front. I mean, can anyone afford anything in the housing market right now is the question, right? The answer is no. Alright, that I feel like we can just go ahead and ink. I feel like that's ready. This needs to look less like it came from IKEA. It's funny how my thumbnails for these just kind of came out looking very like it's the kindergarten shapes only. Okay, I put a candelabra here, but I kind of want one of those crazy lamps. Like a fringe lampshade. I need to go through Google Images and just get a bunch of weird interior stuff so that I have that reference just ready to go. Like these. Like these like lamps that have the fringe and like beaded lampshades. They're a little bit more like Art Deco-y, I think, but I think the vibe is correct, so that's what we're gonna go with. I'm not trying to do a historically accurate Victorian house. I'm trying to make like the idea of a Victorian house that lives in my brain, and so that's kind of where these are coming from. That's why we have like this weird amalgamation of random stuff. The Victorian lampshades are a lot more like beadwork and like glass. Like there's a lot of like stained glass work. But I think those like the fringed ones, they fit better. most houses are full of stuff from all kinds of areas anyway. That's fair. All right, I think I'm ready for a break. We're gonna go ahead and call it for today. And I am gonna go get a sandwich and another cup of coffee and come back to this in a little bit. But we finished a whole page today. I mean, we didn't do the whole page today, but we finished an existing page and we penciled half of a page. I am happy with that as progress. Also, we did some test coloring on one panel, which I'm actually surprised how good that looks. Shocked even. Do you guys think that this needs, does the page color need to be black? Like the in between the panels? I feel like that's just gonna look too busy. And like maybe too dark? I don't know. I'm gonna try both, I think, and we'll just decide after that. I'm excited to go look at that graphic novel though. Those look amazing. Well, thank you so much, you guys, for hanging out with me while I was working on comics today. You guys are awesome. I think the white panel borders is fine, but yeah, you should play with it. Okay. Yeah. They'll probably stay white, but I want to just try it and see. Sometimes I feel like if you aren't careful, the dark around the panel borders can make it look kind of cheesy. So, we'll see. I think we are going to go ahead and call it though. So, I will see you guys on Monday. And I hope you have an amazing weekend. I hope the rest of your week goes smoothly. Devin, I'm sorry you're having a crap week. I hope it gets better. I hope it gets better. But yeah, we'll see you guys a little bit later. Thanks for chilling with me. Thanks for working on these. And we'll see you guys around. Bye!